torn. Blue skies on a broken sea, and I'm stuck up on the shore. I never thought you could see me, but you did. All I know is we're here, that they took us somewhere. So what they say we're called, falling out of line. They don't know the two of us are colorblind, yeah.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to our Tai Qi Saturday. Hopefully everybody has had a chance to warm up and they are ready to go. There was a request for continuing of my jokes, so with that said, why did the Scarecrow get a commendation at work? Because he was outstanding in his field. And on that note, we're going to go ahead and do 2 series today of the short form. After that, any questions that you have from the week, there's been some great prompts that have been sent out. Recognize with those prompts, it's not time sensitive. So if you want to go back to earlier prompts and continue to practice some of those, or continue to get the fresh ones as they come out, that's also great. Either way, we're hopeful that you are able to incorporate some piece of this to bring about a little more balance or harmony within your week, within your day. So if you have a chance to check those out, they're wonderful. Again, it can be as simple as taking time to breathe deeply. Obviously, using your diaphragm is always helpful, but sometimes just taking some breaths and taking a second is also helpful. So if you're ready, we'll go ahead and start doing 2 series of the short form. Starting in our horse stance, left hand on top, right hand on bottom, and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to transition into paint. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bringing the hands like clouds. Picking fruit. heavy. Sticky ball. Into paint. Hands like clouds. Picking fruit. And relax. Well done. So if you have questions from anything that you've practiced during the week or anything you just experienced, or just have some questions in general, we already have a couple from the week. There was a question about uniforms. Where do we buy our uniforms? We usually find great deals on eBay. It really doesn't matter that it is a uniform. It's just something that is comfortable and easy to move in. There was a question about whether or not you should have tie-downs on the ankles or elastic or open. That's really going to be a personal preference. Even amongst all of us, we have difference of opinion on that. It's going to be something that helps you to do Tai Chi. So if that means that you enjoy the feeling of the elastic, great. If that means you enjoy the tie, great. If that means you enjoy the openness, also great. It's going to be a personal preference. Something else, there was a question about shoes. Can you wear shoes while doing form? You can, yes. I find that makes it a little bit more tricky. Being in contact with a ground, whether that's linoleum or grass, the idea of feeling that I have more balance on where I go. In shoes, I don't have as much. I will tell you, if you have a wet backyard that you're practicing in, maybe shoes would be nice, but also getting in that mud might be nice as well. So it is going to be sort of a preference. I will tell you it's a little bit more challenging with the shoes on than with the shoes off. So that's going to be up to you. There was also a question about, should I be fasting before doing the form? Fasting in general is a great term. I think in this context, it's meaning, should I eat before I do the form? I would not eat anything before doing the form. There's a couple of different rules of thumb on that. The idea is that after you've eaten, depending on how big your meal is, your body sends blood to help digest. Well, doing Tai Chi, we send blood in other directions, so you're sort of fighting your own body for that. It's a good idea, if you've eaten, allow yourself to digest for a little bit. Usually anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour or more, depending on the size of the meal and depending on your metabolism. But the idea is that if you can do Tai Chi right when you wake up, or if you have some time right before lunch, or sometime in the evening, any time to practice is going to be great. There are things that you can practice that are Tai Chi, even after eating. Breathing is a great example. So the breath itself is one that helps to move things around, keep things balanced. But as far as doing the form, it's recommended that you don't eat prior to And keeping in balance with our Tai Chi symbol, it's a good idea after you do the form to wait about 30 to 45 minutes before you eat anything. Drinking is okay, usually water or tea right afterwards is just fine. But you want to give your body a chance to calibrate from either doing Tai Chi or getting ready to do Tai Chi, giving it that moment to do that. Does Tai Chi work on all muscle groups? That's going to be an answer that's sort of yes and no, our favorite answer. The idea is where you put your intention. This can be a full body workout, and usually by the time you're doing the last series, it is a full body workout, as all the muscle groups are engaging. Some will engage more than others, but the idea with doing Tai Chi is that you are working to connect both mind and body. So it can work whatever muscle group you're putting your mind to. Even if it's not part of the movement, the idea is that as you reach up, you're using those muscles to do that. Interestingly enough, Tai Chi itself works to help stimulate areas of the body, and muscles are part of that area. So yes, it can work on all muscle groups. It really depends on the posture that you're doing and the level of resistance that you're adding in as well. Great questions, everybody. Keep them coming. So, new question. What does Tai Chi mean? I heard different terms. There's a reason for hearing different terms. There's a reason for different spellings. It has an interpretation field. Tai Chi, as we talk about, can be translated as the grand ultimate. It can also be interpreted as a fist system. There's a bunch of different interpretations, and what I'm going to do is pass it over to somebody who has a little bit better knowledge of the language. So,
you got this. Answer it. I know your mic. You have it. All right. I think. Okay. So I'm joining my base with YouTube. So Tai Chi Chuan. So part of the different translations as far as for spelling is because some will spell it with a Q, some will spell it with a C. A lot of it has to do with reverence. So if you see it spelled with a Q, it typically is a little more reverence as far as for the religion or philosophy. The CH, depending upon translation, is really for the exercise of the modality of the workout. So Tai Chi Chuan, Tai Chi translates into
grand ultimate.
but whenever you put the word Chuan behind it, C-H-U-A-N or Q-U-A-N, it means a system. And that's the reason why it sometimes is referred to as a fighting system or a thought system. So whether the thought system is going to be for control or whether the thought system is for control for yourself or control situation. Okay, I'm out.
We like to share screen time, so I wanted to give him the opportunity as well. So a question, why do I get a headache from doing Tai Chi? So that's a very broad question. Being an armchair diagnostic here, some of the basics are important to pay attention to if you're finding that you have a headache after doing Tai Chi. A lot of it has to do with grounding or horse stance, making sure that you're grabbing onto that horse as you do your movements, grabbing onto the ground. Breath also is a key indicator of that. Sometimes shallow breathing, whether that's from not keeping the chest up or that string that pulls you up. Making sure that your breath is in check, making sure that your horse stance is in check are two good places to begin. If there are still issues there, let us know and we can continue to diagnose from there. But those are two pretty important pieces that will determine headache-ness, if that's a word, after doing the form. If you have any other questions, please continue to send them. We're going to go ahead and send out a new video on Wednesday, and obviously something to work on and focus on for next Saturday as well. That following Saturday, we'll go ahead and do another 3 series, as you've noticed we're building up, and answer any questions that you have from your week of practice. As always, I hope that you are staying safe. We miss you terribly. We wish we could be doing this in person, but as life demands, we make the changes we have to. So thank you all very much, and we will see you next week.